is
Zaza. Oh, yeah.
Fitzy and
Sweet as.
Wippa.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to the podcast. Podcaster. Hey.
What's up?
Podcaster. Pour us another one.
caster.
Podcaster.
Hey, I'm not I can cast. I mean, I'm talking about a fishing rod here.
Yeah.
There's an art to it. It's all in the wrist, isn't it?
Yeah. You've been casting aspersions as well. What does aspersions mean? Anyone?
Aspersions.
Aspersions. Tom?
Aspersions.
Throwing rumours around?
Yeah, you've been casting aspersions.
You know what I was thinking about the other day, and we could do this on the show at
Go
some
on.
stage. Some of the greatest sounds of all time.
Okay.
Casting a fishing rod, and that sound of zzz
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
isn't amazing. Do you know the other one that the other day I was thinking about, which is just amazing, and it's really, really basic. When you put a pod into a coffee machine, right?
Yeah.
You press the button, and then there would be about a second delay before you hear this.
Is the the bit, or when the coffee starts to come out?
That's the piercing of the alfoil on the pod,
Yeah.
and that's the opening of the pod and the coffee.
That's the power of Nespresso. Do you know what Fitzy wants?
Do you want to hear it again?
Yeah, go for it. How much is this secret sound worth? Do you know what Fitzy did once? He cut out a picture of Kim Kardashian squatting down, and he put it over his Nespresso machine where the coffee comes out. So
You did
every
that?
time he had a coffee,
You did
it looked like she had diarrhea.
You did that.
You did it.
It wasn't me.
So
But
childish,
I
mate.
did find it funny, and I kept it up there for quite a while.
More absolute gold on the podcast. Enjoy.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Devastating news this morning as the numbers are released. Sydney has been ranked as the third worst city in the world to make friends.
Oh,
An
what?
unfriendly place. Man, I hand out hugs everywhere. 13, 24, 10 if you agree with this.
I thought when you were travelling, I mean, we just went over to the States a couple of weeks ago. The States are,
Are they friendly, mate?
No, the service over there is really bad in hospitality.
How is... I mean, if you go through the ranks here and we count down, if we're third, right, we're the third worst. In line there at number 2 is Copenhagen, right? And then you've got Stockholm, the capital of Sweden, comes in at number 1.
Oh, the syndrome.
Hey, where's Paris?
Yeah, I know, but
Where's
I
the
think
French, mate?
aren't they going off stuff? I would think like COVID. Like we've become even more unfriendly. But like Sydney's got aggressive drivers. People aren't that kind to you on the street, holding doors open, things like that. We're not known for that. A lot of people flicking the bird, a lot of anger.
You know,
I think we're quite accommodating on the roads. We let people in.
no, I don't think we are, mate.
Nah, no one ever gives you a wave. Like
No.
it is so easy to say thank you on the road. Just put your hand up.
That's the issue I have.
Pisses
Flick a
me
finger.
off.
Just lift a finger off the steering
Yeah.
wheel. Just acknowledge.
Flick the bird.
No, don't do that.
All right.
Flick your lights. Flick
Yeah.
something to say I acknowledge that I waited patiently for you.
Yeah.
Even the other day I was going to the airport. You know how you get into that lane, you're going domestic and you have to turn left, right? And I miscalculated. I kept driving in the right-hand lane and then had to get into the left lane. You reckon anyone was keen to let me in?
I know.
Man.
Aggressive.
See, the way that I look at it with this, right, I reckon the way that they should conduct this test is by what you do is you send people to a country around the world and they go to a local hostel.
Right.
How quickly are you going to make friends at Bondi Backpackers?
Okay.
Mate, very quickly. Australia would have to be one of the best in the world.
Well, I would say if you were judging it on backpacker lifestyle, the Brits would come in as the friendliest because you get 3 pints of grog into anyone from the UK and they love you forever. Not to mention the girls might want to get to know you even better. I mean, the Poms are very accommodating.
The Irish.
How good is a meeting place at a hostel?
Yeah.
It is the best place to meet people
And they're doing
to pick up.
they'll be doing a $12 steak night and you're in a dorm room with 5 German girls.
I know, and Tom, you're married with kids and you hang out at backpackers hostels on weekends, don't you?
Just to meet
it's a great
people.
place.
Yeah, it's
great
great.
place to meet people.
Well, Tom, thank you on behalf of this study here. We could have come in first place, but we've come in third place as the worst in the city, worst in the world to make friends. What about this one? For the second year in a row, Sydney has been ranked to have the second worst nightlife in the world.
Well, COVID. I mean,
Well, and the lockdown laws didn't
Yeah.
help us for a while there too, did it?
Yeah, but when when we
That
get
was
into
an
it.
embarrassing part of our history, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've had a stinking 5 years.
Says you make a good point, though, because the number one city, the friendliest city in the world, Edinburgh.
Yeah, of course it is. God,
There it
they have
is.
a good time. The Scots.
Yep. Melbourne came in 15th, so they're friendlier than Sydney.
Yeah,
Do you reckon?
I haven't done enough study to actually care.
Huh?
What? Sorry, contribute. I meant contribute.
Contribute. Should we take this? Bangkok came in at
Sounds
5th.
friendly.
Have you been to the weekend markets in Bangkok? Oh my gosh, it takes you 3 days to get through them.
Right, so a long weekend market.
I told you. Remember, BJ and I went in there, and I lost BJ.
She got lost,
went.
yeah.
Because she went to the toilet, freaked out because it was just a hole in the ground, and then I lost her. I went off somewhere else. I didn't want to hang with her anyway.
Yeah.
But what happened? She went into the rabbit hole, Sarah. She went deep into the market, and she ended up at a cockfighting. Like she ended up, yeah.
Did you
There was
win?
no chickens there, which was weird, but it was. She said, and she hates cruelty to animals.
Yeah.
And she said, I was freaking out. I was sweating.
Well, like when
Met this guy looked after her, and they went out with each other for 6 months. It was amazing.
See,
It was an
that's
amazing
friendly.
story.
And then he filled out a form, and it turns out that they are a very friendly city. Tommy, when we were in Bangkok, we brought this up the other day. I ended up at a certain club, and I was dressed as a chicken because it was a Nando's promotion. And the girl guys there were so friendly.
The girl guys.
Yes, I couldn't tell the gender says.
Oh, girl guys.
Yeah,
I thought
girl
you said
guys.
girl guys.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
like-
like, what?
I didn't see any girl
The girl
guides.
guys.
With the cookies?
Fair bit of tuck work going on there, and I'm not talking about the shirt. It was.
Remember the girl guys?
They were very, very friendly. They took all my money, laughed at me, and tipped drinks on my head. And I went, where do I vote? You guys are so friendly.
Do you know what? Travel stress can take a hike.
With lots of fully refundable hotels, whatif.com has got you covered.
Just remember, booking cancellation windows apply.
So go and relax and book your next trip with confidence at whatif.com.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
What stinks in your suburb? We've done this phone topic before. So many people call through. I mean, if you live near the fish markets here in Pyrmont,
Oh, yuck.
right, and the wind's going in your direction, maybe you're in Glebe there or Blackwattle Bay, you're going to cop it right on the nose.
It's horrific. Like, I don't know. There must be, because you do see trucks rocking up with fish.
Yeah.
There's got to be. Do they just leave it out in the sun sometimes? I don't know where that.
Where the stench comes from, well, you see the trawlers come in as well. And you know that they've probably filleted a fair bit of fish on the back of the boat as well.
Isn't it just from the car park? Isn't it from wastage and things like people walking it out on their shoes? And, like, it's not actually the produce.
The thing about the fish markets too, says you're right, there's always puddles in the car park.
Yeah.
With a couple of scales or maybe a fish head
water.
floating in it.
Yeah.
Not to mention the bin chooks that just drift around the area. Not
What is
bad
it?
when you're bringing home a kilo of squid.
Johnny K, we used to go and hang out at his place and have a few beers growing up. And in his backyard, it used to just open up to this huge paddock there, which was magnificent. But on the other side of the paddock was the Christie's Beach, which we used to call Risty's Beach. That was the sewage. It was the sewage plant. So the sewage plant, and when there was a certain wind coming your way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was horrific. Like, you could not stay in the backyard. And he used to say, when we went over his house, he'd go, no, don't open the back door. Do not open the back door. The wind's coming this way.
No.
Because it would smell the whole place out.
Well, here's a town called Cranbourne in Melbourne. They've got a bit of an issue because there's landfill. There's a landfilling processing site, and they move chemicals in and out of landfill here. And it has become so bad, and the smell is hydrogen sulfide. The smell is so bad, people living there don't know what to do. Have a listen to this.
You can smell it a mile away. A putrid stink residents can't escape.
You can't leave your doors open, you can't leave your windows open.
Nobody's going to come and buy a house in this area with that smell.
And there's only one way to describe it.
Rotten eggs, but absurdly vile.
Rotten eggs, methane.
Oh, worse than rotten eggs. Yeah, and you know some smells that you can taste? That's it. Shrek would love it.
Oh, Shrek would
Imagine
not love
an open home. You know, they talk about, hey, put a bit of bread in the oven. It'll make your
cookies.
house. Yeah, bake cookies. Put a couple of candles on. Imagine walking into one of those houses and saying, are there 500 people hiding in the toilet going right now? Is someone doing a poo in your bathroom?
Well, it's
Yuck.
the two words for me there were putrid and vile, which I think Tommy's on your Tinder profile.
Your interests are anything putrid or vile.
I used to live.
Favourite pastime?
I used to live near Cranbourne.
Did you?
Yeah, because it's next door to Frankston in Victoria. And at Frankston Hospital, every Monday they'd burn off the bandages and you couldn't go outside.
What do you mean?
They'd burn the bandages at the hospital, and so you would just have that rotten egg smell.
Like
all
old wrapping, medical waste.
Yeah, just burn straight and see it burning off into the sky.
Finally, something's made Frankston look good.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
It's
Hey,
disgusting.
Jack's giving us a call from Pleasure Point. What smelly suburb are you dobbing in, Jack?
All right, so the suburb I'm calling about is actually Alexandria. I work there, and we've got the stormwater canal running basically directly next to my work. And so after any period of any dry, as soon as it starts raining, it reeks, and it doesn't help that the bin chooks nest in the tree directly above it.
So
Mate, no.
You got the bird waste, and you got anything that's dried up and rotten in the stormwater there, and then it floats past your window, does it?
Pretty much. That's where I work. I don't live there, but...
Oh, God, Jack.
What a
good
treat,
effort.
Jack. What a
Well
treat,
done.
buddy.
Let's go to Erin in Londonderry now. Does your suburb smell, Erin?
It does. It absolutely stinks. We've got about 3 or 4 chicken farms up the road from us, and I love my suburb, but oh my God, it stinks.
So what is that? Is that the chicken poo, Erin?
Yeah, I think it is. Once they air out the farms, they lift up all of their window things on them, and it just goes through the whole suburb. As I said, I love my suburb, but it reeks.
You know what? We were looking at a house to hire and rent for Christmas. We thought we'd get all the families together, and this was somewhere in the Southern Highlands. We found this phenomenal place, and I couldn't believe the price that it had on it because it was achievable. And I thought, if we all throw a few dollars in, I've got my 2 sisters and their families and mum and dad, the place is big enough. We could all get in there. Huge fields and grass, and there was a swimming pool and a tennis court, basketball. It had everything. Right? And I went, guys, I've found an absolute treat here. Sent it to the family. We've got to book this immediately. I can't believe it's available. And then I looked in the comments. First comment, be warned, this is next door to an abattoir. It stinks.
Oh, no.
Didn't hire that one.
We had the Noarlunga abattoir, and that is a horrific smell.
What's the smell though?
Well, it's carcasses there.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just, it's rotten meat.
Right.
You know, have you ever smelt rotten meat before?
Oh, the worst.
Probably not. But because they don't leave the animals around, though, do they?
No. But they dispose of a lot of the rotten meat as well, says, when it's, hanging out in the truck in the waste area. And you know what else that brings? Flies.
Yeah, okay.
Flies everywhere. Joe in Canterbury. What do you live across the road from, buddy?
Hey, so I live in Canterbury, and right across the road, I've actually got Cook's River. And most nights, not every night, but most nights, you get the smell of poo. I don't know what's in there, but you get these ridiculous smells.
Yeah.
Where even sometimes in summer, I have to keep the windows closed just from how bad the smell is. Like,
really?
Ridiculous.
Even worse in summer, Joe.
It gets worse in summer, especially when it's hot. Got to keep the windows closed. Keep the aircon on at all times.
Joe, have you seen anything weird floating in Cook's River?
Oh, they found a couple dead bodies, couple stuff in there back in the day.
Yeah, you'll get that, Joe.
Have you heard about the drought over in LA and where they get this water? They get this water from this massive lake up north of California, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. And it's because it's getting so low now, and they're having a water problem. I think they got water restrictions now up there. That this lake has drained so much that every time it drains, they're actually discovering bodies. And bones at the bottom of this lake, Sarah.
Wow.
That people haven't found for years, and because the water's going, they're finding all these people.
Well, as you drink the water, and then you realise what the water's been in.
Yes.
Oh, my God, there's some hitman at the bottom of a reservoir. Yum.
Daniel's given us a call from Eastern Creek. What smells in the suburb you work in, Daniel?
Hey, boys. We got 2 smells out here. We got the tip, which on a 40-degree day heat in Western Sydney is really nice, just blowing into your face.
Yeah.
Or when the wind's blowing the other way, we got Arnott's Biscuit Factory.
Oh, yum.
Okay.
Which is pretty nice.
It's pretty nice, is it? So, you wake up and you'll know which way the wind's blowing. Is that right, Daniel?
Yeah, well, you stick your head out the M4 when you're coming down just to see what way we're going, to know what type of day you're going to have.
See, I mean, that would take a bit of planning. If you wanted to have, say, a barbecue in the backyard, you'd have to find out what the wind was doing on Saturday night to know whether people were going to be happy to stand around.
Poo or a mint slice.
Or a mint slice. I'll take the poo.
Daniel, do you know, with Arnott's, do you know what biscuits they're making at the time? Can you smell?
No, I'm not that good now, but I know if it's chocolate or not.
Yeah.
Pretty good, Daniel. Thanks for your call, buddy.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Brand new show in America. It's called Bling Kids. Oh, man. I don't know how this would go in Australia. So these are 3 of America's richest self-made teenagers.
God, how much are they worth?
Let's meet Donald first up, Sarah. Have a listen to this.
I'm 14 and I call myself the richest kid in America. The most I have made off YouTube is about $20,000 a month. I have a luxury taste. I like the nice things in life. This one was $9,000. This one was $21,000.
Wow.
You know, like it's just, look, you know, fair enough. I mean, these kids are out there, they're entrepreneurs, but, you know, I suppose we're more humble here in Australia, aren't we? But this is a big thing in America with them showing it off. Do you want to meet Isabella?
Love to, mate.
Okay, here's Isabella.
My name is Isabella Barrett. Hello. At the age of 6 years old, I became named one of the youngest self-made millionaires in the U.S. Now I'm 15 and I have 3 companies. At home, I am a busy teenager. I love to go shopping at the mall, hang out with my friends, go jet skiing, ride around, go in the pool. I'm a normal person. I'm cheer captain. I am on honor roll for my school. But when I come here, I'm Hannah Montana. Like, I'm me. I'm doing business.
Wow.
Hang on. So what'd she do, though?
No, she's got clothing ranges, and there's a couple of other things. She's had a couple of failed businesses as well, Sarah. But
sure.
I don't.
I run 3 businesses. I'm 15. I became a multimillionaire at 6.
At 6, come on.
Have a listen to this guy. This is a bit of a different idea. Have a listen what Pierce makes.
I'm 17. I make $100,000 a month. I've had a goal since I was a little kid to save up 6 figures by the time I was 18, and I've finally been able to accomplish that. I run a successful business making rings out of vintage spoons.
What?
I've seen this guy.
He makes rings out of vintage spoons.
As in jewellery rings?
Yeah, so Sarah, what happens if you've got an old spoon at home, you send it to this guy, and he gets out his tools and chamfers the spoon or the fork into a ring and sends it back to you.
Just a plain silver ring reminiscent of my old fork.
Could have some detail in it, you know, could have some filigree.
And he gets $100,000 a month.
Yep.
Where does he get the spoons from, I wonder?
No, you send them in. You go, Claire Fitzgerald's throwing out her old crockery.
Yeah.
Have a look at this, what I found in the silverware.
So he doesn't pay for supplies or anything.
No,
he purely is the machine man.
Time and tools, it's labour.
Wow.
And he's just making rings, man. $100,000 a month?
That's crazy,
That's a
isn't
lot
it?
of rings, mate.
Isn't it? Who wants to wear their cutlery?
Great question, Sarah.
So weird.
Beautiful ring. Where did you get it? Oh, it was my grandma's spoon.
She used to have her tea in it every day.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, will you marry me? What's that? Oh, that's my uncle's fork. Really? Yeah, the spoon man made it for me. Oh, no, I
You're
won't
throwing
marry you.
out that spatula, you idiot. Give it here.
There's a necklace in that.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Lights, camera, clarity.
Ooh, Sarah.
The top trending stories in entertainment this morning. The big one, Khloe Kardashian. This was revealed yesterday. Details of this baby she's having with Tristan Thompson keep coming out. Interestingly, if you watch, there's a heap of videos on TikTok. If you are a fan of the show, this is of interest. It's suddenly quite obvious a few things that unfolded in the last season. In one in particular, where they find out that Tristan has been cheating on Khloe again and impregnated another woman. Kim calls Kylie on the phone, and whenever they call each other as part of the show, they have to do it on speaker so you can hear both sides. And you hear Kim very quickly say, just so you know, there's cameras, we're filming. We now know that is because there is a surrogate baby that will be born they think any day now. And so when Tristan cheated on her, this surrogate was obviously about 6 months pregnant.
There was a lot of names and a lot going on in what you just gave us then.
Yes.
So who's having the surrogate?
All right.
Tristan and Chloe.
Khloe Kardashian with her ex-boyfriend Tristan Thompson. In the most recent season of the show we saw, though, he had impregnated another woman. So it's the second time. When Khloe gave birth to their first baby, she was days away from being in labour, and he was photographed in a nightclub.
That's right, with the other
another
girls.
Girl. Yeah. Now they'd got back together. They co-parent. It was all going rosy, and then it's now come out that he had another woman. He's impregnated her. She's given birth
She's
to
been
that
busy.
baby.
He's been really busy.
Yeah, but obviously it was all too late. This surrogate had been impregnated with Khloe and Tristan's baby.
There you go.
Yeah, baby due any
New one
day
on the
now.
scene.
She said they won't get back together, but they will co-parent. So there we go. Guys, Kevin Hart has spoken about Will Smith. We still haven't heard from Will himself, but he does say that Will's in a much better space than he was straight after the Oscars.
I can only hope that the two of them find a way to find some solace in that and move past it. I just like good energy, and I love to see people be the best. I still love him. I still love Chris, and you can't judge a person by one thing. Ultimately, life goes on and people grow. So give him an opportunity to do so.
He would have had some dark days after that moment. I mean, it was massive to storm on stage during a ceremony like that and physically assault someone, and then to go home that night and have a mate call from overseas. How was your night? Much happened? Oh, it wasn't good. It was not good at all.
It still feels surreal, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Like, when it happened, I thought, this has got to be fake.
Yeah. We were on the team chat, and everyone was like, no, it's a stunt. Any minute now, someone will come out.
Yep, it's a hook for a new film. That's all. It's a promo.
Well,
hang on a minute. Why is he yelling?
Yeah.
Why is he swearing?
I wonder when he will do an interview, though, because he does need to speak.
Yeah.
You got to say something. You did the wrong thing. You should be doing
60 Minutes, you think, or a current affair, or
a current affair. Tracy's got the exclusive.
Good luck, Trace.
Finally, Prince Andrew the movie. This is apparently in the works. We shouldn't laugh because it's pretty bad what went on. But yeah, apparently tipped to play Prince Andrew himself, none other than Hugh Grant.
Oh, yes.
And it works.
It does
Hugh's
work.
had a bit of a checkered past himself, hasn't he?
Or Divine Brown.
Yeah, I mean, look, not that checkered. He cheated on Elizabeth Hurley with a hooker. It's just more that...
in the back of a car.
It's more that, well, where are you going to take... What, are you going to go home? Say, Liz, can you stay in the spare room? I've just got a guest.
I thought you could go to a hotel.
Fair point.
But see, Hugh doesn't look like Prince Andrew. You want someone who looks like him at least. I mean, who would be the closest? Maybe a Colin Firth or maybe a...
Tom Ivy?
Oh.
No, I look
Same
Tom
hair as
Lyle.
Jeffrey Rush.
Hugh Grant looks pretty old these days. He's silver foxed it up. I think he'd do it.
He would be better as the Jeffrey Epstein. That will need to be covered in the film.
Well, that would be
course.
Tommy's role more.
Yeah, you'd do Jeffrey.
Why?
You'd be in your cell.
With your wheat.
Going, hey,
in
what
your
do
mouth.
what do you guards think you're doing to me? Hey, what age are you?
You need Donald Trump in there as well,
You need
wouldn't
Trump,
you?
yeah.
So you need someone
as
to play.
well. Okay.
Will they reveal the meeting that happened just prior to the Jubilee where they sat around and they went, here, the Queen sat there and went, here are your roles for the celebration and the ceremony of the Jubilee, 70 years on the throne. You'll be part of this parade. You'll be giving these honours. Andrew, you've got COVID.
No, I don't. Yes, you do. Get out.
That's not a bad scene. Cut. Can we just... There was a plane going over the top. Can we do that again, please?
But, Mummy, my rat test said I'm clear. I don't have COVID. Andrew, you have COVID and will be for the entire celebration.
Playing Queen Elizabeth is Michael Whitley.
The role he was born to play.
Step me up onto that horse. Side saddle, please. I'm 94.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Welcome to Riddle Time, guys. As we stream live on the Fitzy and Wippa Facebook page. Tommy, are we on? Are we up? Are we happening?
Yeah, and broadcasting to all over the world this morning. Ali says hi from Alaska. Leanne is in Cardiff in the UK. Dee says it's very cold in Werris Creek this
big
morning,
D
guys.
energy.
And Matthew Manny says get a dog up ya.
All right, that doesn't really help, Matthew.
I don't know what that...
Tommy, who was in Alaska? I'd love to go to Alaska.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Annie in Alaska.
Hey, Annie, I might come
Ali,
and...
sorry.
Ali. Love to go fishing in Alaska.
Okay,
All right, here we go.
I'll reply to her now.
Is that it? That's it for
That's
Riddle
it,
Time,
guys.
or-
Why would he want to go fishing in Alaska? Okay, here's the first riddle. The police may search me, but they'll never find anything on me to charge me with. What am I?
Nude. Okay, which
Could, I mean,
in
that
itself.
would have been a cavity search. You could also do that, Matt, as we do.
It's illegal to be
often
naked.
Going into
Say it again.
prison. You do the drop and squat. And,
What?
The police may search me, but they'll never find anything on me to charge me with. What am I?
The law.
No.
That's pretty good, though.
Is it something to do with charging, like charging up a phone?
No,
or
it's
charging-
not,
Oh,
Tom.
Okay.
But you are thinking outside the square, so
Is it the internet?
Oh.
I'm going to give you that, Ryan James. You're spot on. Yeah, it is a search engine. It's Google. Could be Google, or what were some of the others that haven't made it in the past?
Alta Vista.
Alta Vista. What was that one?
Bing, yeah.
Bing, yeah, Bing's
Oh, yeah. Bing's the poor... It's the poor cousin, isn't it?
Well,
like
it's the Microsoft version, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember when they put
Yeah,
in new
but-
computers here at work and everyone was set on Bing? I'll just
How
quickly Bing
much-
that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Bill Gates has done well for himself, I reckon.
You reckon?
He's doing okay. But you know what? Who in the world goes, oh, my God, I don't know where we have to go for lunch today. Let me Bing it.
Yeah, too late, isn't it?
No one does it.
Spent the whole afternoon searching on Bing. All right, what about this one, guys? Every man has one. What's this, Jess? Okay. All right, I'll go with it. Every man has one. Some are big, some are small. It feels good when you blow it.
Oh, my God.
And drips if you aren't careful. What is it?
Nose.
Spot on, Sarah. Jess, that was misleading. Sorry, it sounded like... sounded a bit more like a...
Only if you're disgusting.
Okay, guys, third riddle. This is a clever one. Many years ago, a boy and a girl are planning to run off and get married. But the boy got cold feet and he needed to tell the girl. He wanted to send a telegram, but he only had enough money for one word. What did he send?
Cancelled.
No.
Could you read it again, please, Michael?
Thank you for the opportunity to share, Matt. Many years ago, a boy and a girl were planning to run off and get married, but the boy got cold feet and needed to tell the girl. He wanted to send a telegram, but he only had enough money for one word. What did he send?
Socks.
Who?
We had cold feet.
Not
pretty good.
That's really good. That's a bonus point for you.
Yeah.
Oh, is
It's not
it?
the answer.
Cool.
Bonus point on the leaderboard. Thanks, MDG, for Sarah.
Okay, it is better than I suspect whatever the answer will be.
Is it Bing?
No, it's not. No one writes Bing.
He wanted to send a telegram, but he only had
Yeah.
one word.
Key to this is that they were planning to run off and get married.
Elope.
Oh, cantaloupe.
Tom Ivy!
Oh, yeah!
Fitzy let him there. Fitzy let him there. And Tommy rounded it out with
That is
cantaloupe.
That is a good
Yeah.
answer.
Really good.
like that.
Hang on a minute, guys. What a treat. Mandy from Mascot.
Oh, Mandy's on
Hey,
the phone.
Mandy.
Hey.
people.
Happy Friday to you, Mandy. You weren't out last night, were you, Mandy? You sound a little bit broken there.
I do, don't I? But no, I won.
Yeah, she's had a big one.
Oh,
That's
Mandy's
all right.
still on the sauce. What's your riddle for this morning, Mandy?
Right. Whoever makes it doesn't tell. Whoever takes it doesn't know. Whoever knows it doesn't want it. What is it?
Takes.
One more time, please, Mandy.
Whoever makes it doesn't tell. Whoever takes it doesn't know. Whoever knows it doesn't want it.
Do you know
What is it?
I've read so many of these riddles, and I've read this one. I've heard
Is it
every
like
riddle
the
in the
flu
book,
or something?
but I still don't know.
Or like a...
It's not like a lawsuit or something, is it, Mandy?
No.
It's not like a lucky dip or something, is it, Mandy?
Lucky dip.
Is it like a cake? Like takes the cake? Is it cake, Mandy?
No, it's not.
Okay, thank you.
Is it Bing?
Whoever makes it doesn't want it.
Is it something to do with money?
Oh, Tom, you're there. It's counterfeit money.
Fake money?
Fake money.
Tommy got fake money.
And you got Cantaloupe. We're streaming live, Tom, so don't give me the middle finger.
Oh, you dog. Well done.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast. 2 people enter. Only 1 leaves.
Let's turn up the heat. And we're off.
60 seconds. On the clock. It's time to play Last Man Standing.
And let's get the party started.
Great adventures start at Anaconda Adventure HQ. They've got in-store experiences that will blow your mind. Now open at Chilora Business Park.
We've got Claudia from North Richmond. Hey, Claudes, this is the last weekend of school holidays. Hallelujah. You got big plans for the kids today, though, is that correct?
Yeah, I do. We're going to go into the city and go to the dinosaur museum. The kids are looking forward to it.
Oh, great. I've been there to see it. I mean,
it's brilliant.
Yeah, Brickman put it together. It is sensational, Claudia.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks amazing.
Great fun.
So, yeah,
Well, you might have to pop into Anaconda on the way if you win the 500. You've got to get past Stephen in Penrith, though. You're wanting to take the kids camping yourself, Steve.
Yeah, definitely love to take them camping. They've always harassed me, let's go camping. So I would have to stock up on the camping gear because we don't have any, so it'd be great.
Good on you, Steve. Good luck today, buddy.
Thank you.
Simple as that. Claudia, you're going first. If you get one wrong, power goes over to Stephen. Whoever has the power at the end of 60 seconds. $500 to spend at Anaconda. All right, Claude, your 60 seconds. It starts now. What kind of animal is Sid in the movie Ice Age?
Pass.
He's a sloth. Over to Stephen. Stephen, what's the shortcut for the copy function on most computers?
Control C.
That is correct. Pink released a new song yesterday. Do you know what it was called, Stephen?
No, don't pass.
No, it was irrelevant. All right, let's go over to Claudia. Claudia, which is taller, the Eiffel Tower or the Empire State Building?
The Eiffel Tower.
No, it's the Empire State Building. Back to Steve. Steve, which famous musician wrote the songs for The Lion King?
Elton John.
That is correct. How many muscles are used when you take a step forward?
Oh, geez, 5.
No, 200. Back to Claudia. Claudia, what band sings the hits No Scrubs and Waterfalls?
TLC.
Yeah, that is correct. On Sesame Street, who lives in a trash can?
Claudia, you've got it. Well done.
Well done.
Thank you.
Claudia, to get TLC right at the last minute then and hold power, saved by the buzzer, $500 to spend at Anaconda. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The Fitzy and Wippa Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.